brought to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin or dice and woes of life. Love deprived, looking to revive. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise, crystal chandeliers, moments reflected. Often mirrors appear clear, grinning from ear to ear. Craving the raiment and grain, rekindling the flame. Closer she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, choose what you can see. We manifest dreams.
Yes, it is. Hello, everybody.
In paradise,
Sorry, I had to turn that off. My YouTube, I missed the actual click off. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark. Happy Monday and happy Black History Month. So I'm excited about that. And each day we're going to do some sort of Black History sports moment or a moment in Black History. So that's going to be a fun thing that we're going to start this year, because I had somebody say something to me about that. And I said, do you do Black History stuff? I was like, no, we never have. And this is our, 432nd show, or 431st show or something. And I said, I have before, but we haven't actually dedicated a full, the whole month, or the whole, 25 shows, I guess, approximately 25 shows to it. So this is going to be something we're going to try to do. But we've got a good one to start off this month. So, but anyway, I'm excited about that and see what's going on. In NFL news, I hate to start out with a bad thing, but we'll start with the good thing first. Vikings wide receiver Justin Jefferson became the highest paid wide receiver and non-quarterback in NFL history, signing a 4-year, $140 million extension with a $110 million guarantee. He's averaged 98.3 yards per game, the most yards in NFL history. Isn't that crazy? You think about all the great wide receivers, but I guess it's really not, considering that they're just now passing the ball. I mean, they didn't pass the ball back when you had a Randy Moss and where they couldn't grab and hold and stuff like that. So Calvin Johnson, Jerry Rice, T.O., even though I'm not a fan of his, but he was still fantastic, and he was really great at what he did. So, I mean, you can't take away from his greatness, even though of his off-field antics, you can't take away from what a great player he was. So anyway, congratulations to Justin Jefferson, which basically means what? That means that CeeDee Lamb is coming up next, and Jamar Chase is coming up after that. So the question is, which one of those two guys is going to fold first to set the all-time record? And to me, I like CD, but he's not Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase has more of a resume than CD, but I think CD's, I don't want to call it arrogance, but his confidence and his thinking that I should be the best, which is the same as Jamar. They both have the same, but one of them is going to have to say, look, let me go ahead and get my money now. Justin Jefferson said, you know what, forget this. 4 years, $140 million, $110 guaranteed. Okay, so what if you've got $2 million more than me, or $1 million more than me, or whatever? Okay, that's not that big of a difference, and not that much to really get mad about or change. I mean, what's $1 million or $2 million at that point? Someone once told me there's not a lot of difference between $140 million and $142 or $145. There's $4 or $5 million. It's not that big of a difference when you're talking about that amount of money. So congratulations to Jefferson. But I think now that it will speed things up with the Cowboys, because let's face it, the Cowboys have probably been waiting to pay Dak and figure out what they're going to do with Dak, because you got to pay CD, and then you got to pay Micah. And I'm sorry, Dak Prescott is not worth $60 million. And whatever team pays him $60 million, that team was not going to do anything. And there's a lot of teams out there that need quarterbacks, but the problem with Dak is you look at his record against winning teams above 500 versus teams below 500. Why are you giving this guy that amount of money when you know he's not going to beat teams that you need to beat? If you're a team looking to compete for the Super Bowl, Dak Prescott's not your guy. He's just not. I mean, he's just not. He's had weapons, and he's just not been able to do it. So, but anyway, congratulations to Justin Jefferson. And then, of course, in sad news, Cowboys Hall of Fame guard Larry Allen passed away suddenly at 52. He was named to 11 Pro Bowls, 11 times Pro Bowler, 11 times. I mean, 11, 11 times. That's just crazy. That's just crazy when you think about it. But anyway, we want to do a condolences to his family and to the Cowboy Nation. Our boy Drew Hinthorn, of course, being one of those Cowboy Nation people. We want to wish, we want to do our condolences. I'm sorry, to them. So that being said, guys, if you want to come on and comment or whatever on the show, you can go to YouTube, search the Unpopular Hour with Matt Clark, like, subscribe, hit notifications. And what's crazy is YouTube, I've had some people call me about, said, hey, Matt, I'm not getting any notifications. I used to get notifications every time you come on. Now I don't. So I told them to go ahead and subscribe again, hit notifications. So every time that we're on, that you'll get it. Because I talked to some other people about that, and they said, yeah, YouTube has some sort of deal that they do. And, if you've got 500,000 users or a million users or 5 million users, how the hell you know if people are on or not? You know what I mean? You don't know what the number is if you're looking at it. So, or how many people are getting your show. So that's something to YouTube. I mean, that's terrible that they did that. But because they were saying, well, maybe you said something that, to them I go, what the hell did I say? I haven't said anything that's derogatory or mean or whatever. I haven't made any political comments. So what have I said that's worthy of them taking me off like that? So I don't necessarily believe that. I mean, I know I have not done anything when it comes to stuff like that. So, but anyway, it's just interesting how YouTube works. But like I said, if you've already subscribed to our channel, please do it again and hit notifications again. Just if you haven't been getting notifications, go ahead and do that again, just so it will pop up, and I appreciate it. And then, of course, remember every Wednesday on After the Storm, we will be doing our post-game analysis show. So go ahead and do that as well, so that we can get our, and of course, most of the people watch the After the Storm, our OKC Thunder post-game analysis show. Plus, every Wednesday, like I said, we will be doing a daily show, and then, of course, we will be putting that on Apple and Spotify. So if you guys are interested in doing that, please go ahead and follow through. So now we're going to get into a little bit now because, Caitlin Clark got a foul the other day, and the WNBA is going to need to address this to me. You've got a lot of those ladies who have been there for a minute, and they're jealous of Asia and the new girls coming in because they're getting all the money and all the attention. Well, all that's because of Caitlin Clark. You're flying with private jets now, or because they're leasing out these jets now because of Caitlin and because of Asia. That's why they're doing it, but mainly because of Caitlin, because she's got people coming up, trying to see her in the airports. She had to have security, so that ends all that. So all these women, to me, tend to be acting jealous. I'm like, why are you mad? Because you don't get the attention that she got, and some people says it's because she's white, and I have no doubt that probably plays some part in it. But she's also a damn good player. That has a lot to do with it too. You look at the numbers and you look at who she's been playing against. She hasn't been playing against white girls. She's been playing against black girls too, and she's been busting everybody up. White and black is irrelevant. So that kind of bothers me a little bit that these players would come out and do that. But taking cheap shots, as a player who caused himself the Big 8 Player of the Year because of a cheap shot that was done on me, I tend to be a little bit more sympathetic towards Caitlin, simply because, you're taking cheap shots, and yeah, if she's talking trash and she bump you a little bit, okay, that's fine. But you don't take a cheap shot. Now, if she cheap shotted me, I'm going to cheap shot you. But just to do it like that, and then she only got a foul away from the ball. To me, that should have been a flagrant one. And the question is, the WNBA, or the W as they call it, what are you going to do? Are you going to nip this in the bud? or you don't get your star player and your bell cow and your the person that people want to see done. Because I've already bought tickets to go watch them in Dallas, because I'm gonna go watch her play in Dallas, because I think that's something that I really want to see. Number one, number two, she's a very good player, and I've not seen her in person, so I kind of want to watch her play. Uh, but that being said, in the WNBA or the W, it's going to have to do something about this. You can't be taking cheap shots. I don't care what you do, you can just do something. But taking cheap shots, I don't have time for that. It's just like the idiot that plays for Memphis. I don't have time for that either. I mean, men's, Draymond Green, he's getting all this love. I'm like, I'm sorry. Yeah, go to TNT. They're going to cancel that show, okay? Because once Shaq and Charles leaves, Kenny and Ernie aren't going to be able to hold that by themselves. They don't have the personalities. They're not the reason why people are now. Ernie more than Kenny. There are some North Carolina fans, Drew, that do watch it because of that. But for the most part, no. But Caitlin Clark is an Asian. These new girls coming up, they are the face of the league. You ladies that have been there, you women that have been there forever, y'all haven't built up anything. Y'all griped about what was the last year. You're crying about, not crying, but you're mad about the fact that you had to, that y'all are up late in airports and this and that. And that's the way we travel when I played. You had to stay in airports. You had to wait. There was no private travel. There was no commercial. There was, it was commercial only. You didn't get a chance. I mean, whatever the deal was, like against Iowa State, we lost the game because Frontier Airlines, we waited here in Oklahoma City for one passenger. That one passenger we waited for caused us to miss our flight in Denver in the old Stapleton Airport. That right there caused us to get into Ames, Iowa at 4 in the morning. We have an 11 o'clock game. That means we had to be up at 7 so that we could eat pregame at 8 to be ready for the game, and we played terrible. Played terrible. Played terrible. One of our worst games ever. Why? Because the airline travel. So, I get what they were saying, but now the Caitlin Clark is here, and you're getting the private travel that you don't have to wait. Now you want to take cheap shots at her and pissed off at her because you're jealous because, A, the new girls, her and Asian them, are getting all the money. Well, they also increased your salary too. You're getting more money. The teams are giving everybody more money. Why? Because the teams have more money now. She's selling out every place that she goes. So I don't understand the jealousy. Like Diana Taurasi was going off on her, talking about wait till you come up to the league. Well, Diana, she's not you. One of the greatest players in history in college and professionally in women's basketball. She's not you. You don't have to beat the girl down. You can try to lift it up a little bit, but yeah, I don't care who you are in NBA or in WNBA and the W, you're still going to have learning curve. There's going to be a learning curve. But for you guys to take cheap shots at her and be pissed off at her, well, you should be happy. Because the reason why, like I said, you're flying private is because of her. Reason why you got a bump in salary is because of her. Reason why you're getting more TV and more times and maybe being able to get more commercials is because of her. So instead of you embracing her, you're jealous. You're petty. And I'm sure it happened in the NBA because I remember when Bird and Magic came in, and of course you guys don't, but TV at that point, NBA games, the NBA Finals, was tape delayed. It wasn't even live. And because of Bird and Magic, it became live TV. Then, of course, Jordan took it to the next level and made it worldwide. But you have to start somewhere and have some people come up in order to take your game to the next level. And that's what Caitlin Clark has done. Regardless of whether she's white or black or whatever, she's captured America's attention. She's brought attention to your game, which means what? More advertisers, which means what? More opportunity for you to make more money. And yet you're jealous and you're pissed off? I don't get that. I'm trying to embrace the girl and saying, hey, look, yeah, but I'm going to bust you on the court. I ain't going to take a cheap shot. Now, they said that Caitlin elbowed her earlier. And okay, whatever. How many times, if you play basketball, how many times you've gotten elbowed? You've been elbowed before if you play basketball. You've been elbowed more than once if you play long enough. You've elbowed people. If you elbowed people, raise your hand. So to me, the cheap shot of just taking that shove. I mean, I'm just like, I'm sorry, that's petty, and it's all they're doing every game. They're doing something. And Caitlyn fought back, which I'm proud of her. Way to go, girl. Way to step up. And I know you're from wherever you're from, Iowa, wherever. I know you're not from the hood, but in the hood, you come at me, I'm coming at you. You come at me, I'm coming back at you. That's the hood. That's the hood law. That's the law of the streets. That's the law of playground basketball. You come at me, I'm coming back at you. So I do admire the fact that Caitlyn did step up and then she did come back at her. So to me, the NW has to make something and let these girls know, look, you need to stop. The coaches and the people and management need to tell this girl, hey, if you want this league to be successful, you better leave that girl alone. Now play her hard or whatever and do whatever. But if she doesn't succeed, guess what's not going to happen? You're not going to be able to make more money. Your league is going to go back to obscurity to where it was before her. She's selling out every game. She's bringing notoriety to the league. You're now on TV, national TV. I know it's just because she's new and you guys and all the guys that paid, the girl ladies who paved the way before her. I understand all that. 100%. 100%, I get that. But the problem is, to me, is now, what do you do here now? You let it go. You happy. You benefit from it. The money that you weren't making, you now are making because of this young lady, because of this woman. And then you're not going to take advantage of it. You're going to be mad about it because she's doing it, not you. And it's about levels. It's just like this. She's the Michael Jordan of the WNBA. Now, Michael Jordan took cheap shots. The Detroit Pistons beat the hell out of him. Cheap shot after cheap shot after cheap shot. What did Jordan do? He got stronger. Excuse me, I had some, I don't know what that was. He got stronger. So what is she going to do? She's going to have to get stronger. She's going to get in the weight room, but she'll learn. But the same thing kind of happened to Jordan. But it was only really with one team that did it. And what did the NBA do? Jordan fixed it. Now the rest of the teams took cheap shots at Jordan. But everybody talks about this. Not everybody, but I'm going to give you guys a little history lesson. The reason why Isaiah was not on the Dream Team, and Jordan said this in the deal, like it wasn't just him. Well, he didn't get along with Magic, who used to be his best friend, being from Michigan. They didn't get along. Larry Bird and him didn't get along because Bird was with the Celtics and he was with them. And then Jordan, and then Pippen, Karl Malone. Isaiah was not well liked because of the style of play. The style of play that they had. That's why it was what it was. But the WNBA is going to have to, the W, that's what they call themselves, are going to have to figure this out. They've just got to. Because I don't know if Caitlin Clark, she's not Michael Jordan by any stretch of the imagination. Okay, she's not going to be the greatest women's basketball player in history. Just like everybody tried to make her out to be about Pete Maravich, which was still a joke. But anyway, Caitlin, keep going what you're doing. Do not let these girls push you around. Fight back. And that's what you did. I appreciate watching you when you did that. But on the other side, now you know if they're going to do this, now you know what you got to do. I got to get stronger. But I think it's going to take her a while to adjust to the league so where she can understand where she can take her shots at. Where she can take her shots at. So, but the W is going to have to fix this, is what they're going to have to do. That's all. That's my take on that. They're going to have to fix this because, if you continue to allow this to happen and she gets hurt, guess what, girls? All the stuff that you had and all the stuff that you were doing, that's all over. It's all over. So y'all better think about what you're doing, the money you get a chance to make. Like, I forget what's the point guard that's on State Farm. How is she on there? WNBA is getting views. She's now on a State Farm, a national commercial. That would have never happened pre-Caitlin Clark and Asia Wilson. It would have never happened. Wouldn't have happened before that. Don't get it. Don't understand it. Oh, man. What happened to my Big 12 thing? The Norman Reed, I thought I'd already did this. But today, You got Big 12. I don't understand I don't know why that didn't pop up. I had this already done, guys. I'm sorry that I'm going to have to do this in front of you all, but I thought I'd already had this done with the Big 12 schedules. I thought I already did this with OU and OSU. I don't know why it did this. Pisses me off. I thought I'd already got this done. But anyway, here is what happened in the two regionals that our state schools had. Of course, OSU is first. That's why I've got my hat on today, supporting my guys and my OSU stuff on. Of course, OSU is in the championship game against Florida today. Remember, we had to beat Florida in order to get into the championship game, and we did that. Excuse me, Florida beat us 5-2. We beat them 7-1. They beat us 5-2, and we needed to get that done in order to get to the championship. But we didn't. We didn't get it done. Florida came back and beat us. I think that was yesterday. So finals today. Oklahoma State and Florida at 3:00 this afternoon, and then of course you've got OU and UConn, and OU took care of business to get into the finals tonight at Game 7, UConn versus Oklahoma. They're in Norman for the Norman Regional and, of course, the Stillwater Regional at 3:00 today. And I had wanted to get up there, but I have to do training with my kids today and order my T-shirts for camp, so I didn't get a chance to do it. But anyway, the Cowboys, big game today, starting in 30 minutes. And maybe that's where my guy Drew hint on. He may be up there. I know he was up there with the family watching yesterday. So let's go Cowboys, go Pokes, and go Sooners. But that being said, it's going to be exciting. And let me get this on camera. Go Pokes. Let's do this. Let's go, baby. Let's go OSU Cowboys. Yeah. I couldn't resist. You people are like, what the hell, Matt, are you doing? But that's my school. That's where I went. What am I going to do? Okay, got to support my school. Got to support my school 100%. But anyway, I'm going to be watching that today. I got to train my kids at 4, so I'll be watching that probably on my iPad at the gym, but trying to give my Cowboys some support and some love and get these guys going tonight. And then also tomorrow or tonight, the Sooners at 9:00. And I don't know how late I'm going to be up watching that, but there's really nothing else on. Hockey doesn't start. Basketball doesn't start till Thursday. So this is kind of that dry period that everybody hates in the summer because all we have is baseball. Now, Drew loves a baseball fan. He loves it. But for those of us who like baseball, who don't love baseball, then it's that thing where you got to go, here we go. But in fact, that's what I need. I need to talk to my coach because I'm going to be going to Houston to see Little Dude, my favorite guy on earth, which of course you guys know who that is, Little G. I'm going to see him. So I need to see if my coach still has his Stros tickets, because I want to take Jaden to Minute Maid, which is one of my favorite places to watch a game. So, or favorite ballpark. So, anyway, I'd love to take him to a baseball game for him to experience his first game. Hopefully, it'll be in the evening because I don't know. I'm not really wanting to sit outside in the heat and get. That sounds terrible, doesn't it? I know it does. But anyway, this is a perfect opportunity for us to go ahead and take a quick break. I want to thank our sponsors, SRB. If you have needs for engineering, surveying, or planning, they love to be behind the scenes. So if you have a complex that you're building, hey, hit those guys up. They can lay it out for you, make sure everything is done properly, and there will be no flooding. And then also, if you have a dam in your neighborhood or a, excuse me, or if you have a water treatment plant, if you're a city or local government, a state, county government with a water treatment plant, they can take care of that for you as well. Collaborative Logic, if you have needs for computer software to make your office run smoother, or network design or network administrator, they are the people to holler at. They love to be behind the scenes. The thing that I like about Collaborative Logic is that they can remote in. They don't have to come in and disrupt your office unless it's a computer problem that's actually dealing with the computer itself, the mechanical part of it. They can just remote in and not have to disrupt your office at all. So I love that about these guys. Plus, if you need a website, they can hook you up there at Collaborative Logic. Oak Grove Trucking, if you have needs for dirt, rock, or sand to be moved, hit our guy Jose Fierro and Adrian Fierro up. They can take care of you. Even though I know they're not doing anything because of the weather right now. They're not doing anything. And of course, Y&B, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender and a member of the FDIC, proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. You can pre qualify online with these guys at uh, at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go to the main location or to the 5 locations, the main bank at 401 Elm, 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon, Oklahoma. Or you can go in and see our guys, Nathan Taylor, or the Horn Man, Joe Horn, or my guy. Yes, do you think I was going to forget you, Carson? I didn't. Carson Wright. Hook our boy up. Or you can go and see the lovely Carolyn Henthorne or my dog, Randy Wright. Hook him up. He'll be there. YMB East, which is off the Parkway and 66 or 39th Expressway. YMB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road. YMB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks in Yukon. YMB Peoples, located 6301 Northwest 23rd in Bethany. Cannot miss it. Gotta love that place. It's Bethany between Rockwell and MacArthur. They're on 63rd. And of course, Shelter Insurance, the Mark Pemberton Agency, located at, oh man, I got 2 gifts in today. Good, sweet. The Mark Pemberton Agency, located at 4609 Southeast 29th in Dale City, Oklahoma, 405-670-2424. They're open Monday through Thursday from 9 to 5, Fridays 9 to 1, closed Saturdays and Sundays. Proudly serving the Middale area since 1982. Cannot miss it. Cannot miss it. So, now, also, oh, by the way, we're filling up. I think we only have 4 spots now left for my basketball camp. So if you guys are interested in coming to my camp, we need to change that's not my Cash App anymore. I need to have her change that. That's not my Cash App anymore. Anyway, 13th and 14th of June, which is next Thursday and Friday, grades 2nd through 8th. That's what the grades you are in currently. Thursday and Friday from 8 to 12. You can use my Venmo. My Cash App is no longer that. It's something else. And it's $155. So you can sign up, use the QR code to sign up and get your t-shirt, because I will be ordering t-shirts on Wednesday to get them in, so they will be here by next week, by next Thursday. So go ahead and sign up. That's the 13th and 14th, which is, of course, a week from this Wednesday, Thursday. Hook up. We'll be ready. It's going to be a fun camp. And remember, my camp is set up for you to learn basketball. It's not OCC camp, OSU camp. It's not that at all. You're actually going to learn basketball. We're going to be doing drills. You're going to be doing defensive slides. You're going to be doing stuff to work on your ball handling, shooting. All of that's concerned. So if you think that it's going to be a fun camp, it is if you're a basketball player. If you're not a basketball player, it's not going to be fun. If you want to learn how to play basketball, it's going to be great. And also, we do have girls that are going to be there too. So by all means, don't miss out. It's going to be a fun time for me, because I enjoy it. It's one of my funnest time of year. And, of course, we have our same group of kids. We have Shannon Henthorne, and, of course, we have Eli and Levi Jones helping out with camp, and they love it. And the kids love them, because we pretty much have my same kids that I work with on a regular basis there at camp. So it's exciting for that. So, anyway, hopefully you guys can get that done and come on through. So, now let's get to the Thunder. We got to do our segment. Remember, on Wednesday, we're going to go into detail about a lot of this stuff. But here's what the Thunder have as far as picks, because remember, the draft is this month. So we'll be talking and leading up to who the Thunder should take and who they shouldn't and all that. Oklahoma City has its own 2024 first-round pick. However, of its first 4-round picks it currently has, the lowest will convey to the Indiana Pacers. Okay, Houston's first-round pick, protected 1 through 4. If Houston doesn't convey this pick, it will convey the unprotected 2025 instead. Okay? And then, of course, the Clippers' first-round protected first-round clip, which is not that great. And then, of course, Utah's first-round pick, protected 1 through 10. If they don't do it this year, of course they did, it remains the top 10 protected for 2025 and then drops to 8 in 2026. If Utah still hasn't conveyed a pick to Oklahoma City by then, the obligation is extinguished, which means if Utah still sucks, then Oklahoma City gets nothing for that trade. That's what that means. Okay? And Houston's unprotected second-round pick. So basically what they're saying with Utah is They don't want to give us picks because they're in the West and they're fighting against us. So if they continue to be where they are now for this year, of course we don't get it. Next year, if they don't get it, then the next year they 20 top 8 protected, then we get nothing. Then we get nothing. Which the chances of that happening are slim because Utah does have a good base of talent. Plus, Danny Ainge has tons of picks, so he has the ability to really start making some picks, and I think they will be better. So my guess is probably by 20, we should. If we don't get it next year, we will for sure get it in 2026 because I don't think they'll be a top 8 team in 2026. There's no way. They should be way better than that. Danny Ainge is pretty sharp, and remember, he's the one that helped build the Celtics to where they are. So I don't think Utah is going to. I think we will get their pick at least by 2026. Next year, possibly, but for sure by 2026, there's no way they're going to be that far down the deal. So what that basically means is the Thunder now have an opportunity to really do something, and I believe the Thunder will get those picks in the next couple of years. But listen, where we are now is really simple. We need a big. We need bigs. We need 2 bigs, 6'9" and up. That's what we need. We don't need any 6'6", 6. We don't need any of that. We need 6'9", 6'10", 6'11", 7 foot. That's what we need. We need guys that are 6'9", 6'10", 6'11", 7 foot that can play. Now the Thunder are projected to take a protect. What's the guy's name here? Hold on, let me get this up. The Thunder are now. Oh, that's not it. That's not on there. I gotta redo that. Anyway, I'm sorry about that. But we'll do that on the show on Wednesday. Wednesday night. We'll kind of preview it on Wednesday, what we're going to do Wednesday night. But we'll preview what we're going to do with the Thunder Show preview on the Unpopular on Wednesday. So when I look at what the Thunder can do, we need bigs. We've got the guards. We've got the one guy, Chet. But we need bigs. Like I said before, we're 6'6", 6'7", 6'8". We're the Timberwolves, the Nuggets, the Celtics, the Mavericks. They're 6'9", 6'10", 6'11". Because what the Mavericks were doing against us is that, they were guarding us, but what they were doing was they were sending the guards to trap SGA, leaving the guys open in the corner, Dort and Kaysen and whomever. And then they're sending a 7-footer at them, which changes the trajectory of your shot, which is what got the Thunder in trouble, which allowed us to shoot, which made us shoot what we shot from the field against the Mavericks. But it also was carryover from what we did against the Pelicans in the first round series. So that really affected us. The only person that didn't affect was SGA, who led us in scoring and rebounds and assists and was second in steals and second in blocks. He did everything that he's supposed to do. Now the question is he going to become the highest paid NBA player in history? Yes, I believe he will. But, he's not going to take less money than what he's going to be earned because I know I wouldn't. Basically, based on the way I was treated this year, there's no way in hell I'm going to make those guys pay. That's just me and what I would do. So that being said, I think Sam Presti will fix that because, I've talked, I was in Dallas and, the Mavericks fan were like, oh, thank him for giving us Lively and oh my God, my mind just went blank. The big guy. My mind just went blank. Anyway, I'll think of it just a second. Well, thank you for them. I was like, you know what, guys? I said, Sam Presti didn't think that we were going to be where we were. Because I can promise you, Gafford, I can promise you that if he had of, there's no way in hell he would have given you all those picks. No way. No way he would have. Now, like I said, Lively is one thing. Lively is actively, but he doesn't do anything. He doesn't score. He just gets rebounds and dunks, alley-oop dunks. And we weren't going to be able to provide that really for him, kind of like what we do with Chet. He's same thing we do with Chet, except Chet can score and he can't. So I'm going to take Kaysen over him 1,000%. Now, Gafford, we could have used Gafford. But that being said, I believe that if Sam Presti had have known or had have believed that we were going to be number 1 seed, he would not have facilitated that trade. I don't believe he would have. There's no way because why would he Why would he do that? But I just don't think that he thought that we were going to be that high, that we were going to do what we did. We won in spite of the coach and in spite of the organization, not because of. The organization did nothing to help us get what we need to do. You can be mad all you want to, they just didn't. The players did that, not the management and not the coach. The players did that. They won in spite of the management, in spite of the coach. Those are facts. You can get mad all you want to, but it is what it is. And you know it is, and you can just be mad about it, but because I'm calling them out, and that's not what the Thunder believe in you doing, they don't like that. But it is what it is, because there's no way in hell that I believe if Sam Presti would have believed that we were going to be the number one seed, he would not have made decisions to get us better inside, because that's the one luring weakness that we had. He needed to fix outside shooting. 100% we did that. He needed to fix defensive perimeter. 100% he did that. We need to fix inside presence. He did zero for that. Now, is he going to do something this year? Hell yes, he's going to do it. Now, to me, going to get another European player, I'm out on the damn European players. Yeah, there's some of them out there. You might get lucky, but let's see. Poku, no. Basically, not really European, but kind of no. You got Sar in there. You got, you got guy. I'm like, Sam, go get me somebody who's a bruiser inside that can play physical basketball. That's American. We got enough players. Give me somebody. You want a skilled player. We've got skilled players. SGA is skilled. J-Dub skilled. Chet is skilled. You want another skilled player who's thin? Give me some meat, somebody who can bang inside. That's what we need. We need some muscle and some girth inside the paint. Because we were 29th in getting offensive rebounds and 29th in giving up offensive rebounds. There's only 30 teams. So you're basically last. So give me some. Don't go to Europe and give me another. Give me somebody who can play. We got enough skilled players. Give me somebody else who can play. And let's face it, you went out and you gave up 3 first-round picks to get old boy that's on the bench. He don't play. Now, will he play at some point? Possibly. But we shall see. And that sets us up for the NBA Finals and NBA, what's going to be happening in the NBA, and I'm excited about what is going to happen. So, in the NBA Finals Thursday, the Mavericks are plus 180. The Celtics are minus 225 to win the series. So we'll see what's going to happen with that. It starts Thursday on ABC, is ESPN. And then, of course, tomorrow there should be the odds. Should be out tomorrow, probably by Wednesday. We will have the odds. Who's going to be the favorite? It's probably going to be the Celtics. But to me, game one, I think is a toss-up. And I think if Mavericks can still win, it will be game one, I believe. Because the Celtics have been sitting longer than the Mavericks. So, and the Celtics haven't played anybody. They haven't fought anybody. They haven't had any sort of anything to force them to work at all. So, to me, I'm taking them. I think the Mavericks can steal game one. That's kind of how I feel about that. But we shall see, because they're getting Porzingis back. But, of course, that means that Luka will be healthy and that Lively will be healthy. But on the other side, that, oh, my God, what's my other guy's name? I can't think of his name, the shooter. He'll be healthy. So both teams will be fully healthy, ready to go. The difference is Porzingis hadn't played in a month and a half. He'll be rusty. But, the Mavericks will have had some game time experience, especially everybody playing together. So that's going to be interesting to see. But anyway, I think the Mavericks, right now, my early feeling is I'm going to take the Mavericks to steal game one against the Celtics, because the Celtics are going to shoot a bunch of threes, and they live and die by the threes. This is my guy Drew Hinthorn of Husker Drew Picks, and I talked about they live and die by the three. So we're going to see what that ends up being about. Okay, what that ends up being about. So now in Black History moments, the HBCU men's basketball team finally got their visit to the White House. After more than 60 years, the first college team to win back-to-back NAIA titles from 1957 and 59. I mean, think about that for a minute. Look at these guys. All of them in wheelchairs, all of them at least, 80-something years old. But, just glad to see that these young men these men have got a chance to get recognition for their service and for what they accomplished on the basketball court near, what has that been? God, 70 years ago? Was that 65 years ago? 66, let me see, 74, what is this? 67 years ago they did these things. That is just absolutely incredible. Anyway, so this is our first here Black History moment. We want to congratulate these guys that they finally get to get their recognition uh, for winning, for being the first first college team to win back-to-back champions, back-to-back-to-back. I'm sorry, back-to-back-to-back championships, NAIA title. So, and remember, that's the first college team, not black team, not white team, the first team to win back-to-back-to-back from 57 to 59. So, congratulations, and you know how hard that is for them to be able to do it, especially back in a time that they did it in, and the resentment and the hate and the things that were associated with it back then. So, congratulations to these young men, and call them young men. Congratulations to these guys, and I'm gonna call them young men for their appreciation for what they did. That is quite an quite an accomplishment, and I want to give them their flowers. And of course, being our first Black History Month donors to that. So I appreciate those guys, appreciate everything they did for them, and congratulations again to this group of young men for their being the first ones to win back-to-back NAIA titles, but period. So hey, congratulations to these guys, and they deserve their flowers, and that's why I was giving them their flowers today. And then of course tomorrow we will have a different history moment, Black History moment on that when it comes to that. Now, when it comes to hockey, I am not excited. My Stars got beat yesterday. The Oilers took care of business 4-2 over the Stars. Remember, it was 2-2, and the Oilers went boom, boom, and won back-to-back games. They beat Dallas, the Stars in Dallas, and then turn around and beat the Stars to close out at home. So uh, that right there just broke my heart, and I'm sure it broke the city of Dallas's heart because they wanted to see the Stars and the Mavericks in the NHL playoffs and the finals, and in the NBA finals. That'd be quite an accomplishment for the city of Dallas, and it would be absolutely insane how that would be. So anyway, congratulations to the Oilers and the Florida Panthers. So this is what it shapes out to be. Saturday, I believe, is the first game. The Florida Panthers and the Edmonton Oilers in the first round of the deal. And of course, the Florida Panthers were projected to win the Stanley Cup, and so I think Ben Dillman has to carry it. Said that previously that he thought they were going to win. So anyway, it's going to be an interesting series, and you get to see McJesus, McDavid, of course, and then Draisaitl go against Florida Panthers. So that's going to be good to watch that and see what happens between these two teams there in the NHL finals starting Saturday. And of course, we'll have more information on that tomorrow and on Wednesday. But anyway, congratulations to both of them. And then, of course, to the Celtics and the Mavericks for the NBA, having those two go at each other. So it's gonna be exciting. Looking forward to watching that, and because I am a big McDavid fan and Draisaitl, like both of them. I don't really know that many people on I don't really know anybody on Florida Panthers, but so I guess I'm gonna be going for the Edmonton Oilers, especially since they beat my Stars. So that's what I'm gonna go with on that. Um, now, in football schedules, everything that's coming up in football. We remember we've been doing our football, going over the wins losses. So today we're going to do the Browns and the Ravens. I was hoping my guy Ben Dillman, that's why I put the Ravens on for him to come on and talk about this. The Cleveland Browns, they start off at the Cowboys. Now the over under for the Browns is 8.5. The over under for the Ravens is 11.5. The Browns at the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys are going to still a mess. They're just a mess. I think the Browns will go in there and make a statement on defensively and just beat them up. That's kind of what I believe is going to happen. So I look at them being 1-0 against the Cowboys, and then of course we'll be doing the Cowboys schedule this weekend. But that's kind of how I look at that. Then at the Jaguars, I don't know what to expect out of the Jaguars this year, so their uncertainty, I'm going to give that to the Browns, and I think that you know, yes, I'm going to give that to the Browns. The Jets at home, That's going to be a different story. Off the top of my head, that Jets defense with the Cleveland Browns, I think that the Jets will do better offensively with Aaron Rodgers. So I'm going to give them an L right there. So I'm going to take, so they got the Browns 2-1 right now currently. Then at the Raiders, I think the Raiders still don't know what the hell they're doing. I think that's a 3-1. Commanders, that's going to be a tough win for them there, but I'm going to give it to them anyway because their defense 4-1. At the Eagles, I think they'll get beat. That's 4-2. The Bengals at home 5-2. The Ravens at home 6-2. The Chargers at home. That'll be towards the end. I'm gonna give the Chargers that. So 6-3. No, I'm gonna give it to the Ravens. I'm gonna go 7-2. At the Saints 8-2. The Steelers at home 9-2. At the Broncos 9-3. At the Steelers 9-4. Chiefs at home. I'm gonna give that to the Chiefs 9-5. Bengals at the Bengals 9-6. The Dolphins home 9-7, and then at the Ravens. So yeah, so I'm taking the over 9-7, 9-8. So I'm gonna take the over one by one. And that, well, I just squeezed that by, didn't I? So I'm gonna give them the victory. They're the Browns, and then of course the Ravens at the Chiefs. If you're gonna beat the Ravens, I mean the Chiefs, they don't really lose. They lost their first opening game, and that's simply because they had no Travis Kelsey, and Kadarius Toney gave up the easy touch. I mean, he gave up the pick six. Other than that, they would have won that game. So Kadarius Toney, whether he's going to get another shot or not, we shall see. But he's going to have to focus. So I'm going to go ahead and give that game to the Chiefs. Well, actually, I'm going to give it to the Ravens because the Chiefs are going to uh, be that's going to be hanging the banner right there in front of the team that they beat to go to the Super Bowl. So I'm going to go ahead and give the Ravens, even though I expect the Chiefs to probably win, I'm still going to give the edge right there because I think the Chiefs are going to be so caught up in all the festivities and raid the banner and kind of like what they did last year against against Detroit. The Raiders at home, that's 2-0. At the Cowboys, 3-0. The Bills at home, man, that's going to be, I think the Bills are still going to be trying, it's early because they're still trying to figure out what the hell they're doing. 4-0. At the Bengals, 4-1. The Commanders, 5-1. At the Buccaneers, 6-1. At the Browns, 6-2. At the Broncos at home, 7-2. Bengals at home 8-2. At the Steelers 8-3. Uh, at the Chargers late. I'm going to give the Chargers a win by that because I think they're going to have it figured out. 8-4. Uh, the Eagles at home 9-4. Giants 10-4. Steelers at home 11. Uh, at the Texans, I think that's going to be tougher than what they think. 11-5, and then the Browns. So I forget that there's one more game in the season. It should be 11 and a half. Oh, this is 11 and a half wins. That's what that is. But anyway, so I think they'll be over at 12, and the Cleveland Browns at 9. So I'm taking the over on both of these games and both of these things. I think that both of them will get what they need out of the series. So that's kind of what I'm taking just right off the top of my head and be able to do that. And then also tomorrow, I forgot to tell you guys, I'm giving you guys some information about coming to watch me. If you guys, every year we do this upward transitions that we do every year to promote homeless people. Upward transitions, what they do is they help uh, people get out of homelessness and transition into getting a job. Like say you lost your job, your family's in homeless, y'all get a job, but you don't, by the time you have to pay the light, the gas, the electric bill, all of that plus first month's rent deposit, you just don't have all that money. So Upward Transitions does a fantastic job in raising money for that. So I want everybody to come out. We're going to do it again at Hideaway Pizza downtown on Automobile Alley, whatever I call it, downtown on Broadway. So anyway, it's going to be fantastic. So I'll be giving you the more details on that. and you guys come and support. And I've had a great group come out and support me every year. In fact, Alan and his lovely wife, thank God she came with him so she can keep his ass under control. So hopefully we'll see everybody again. And then, by the way, Commander Randy Wright, I do not deliver to Yukon. Okay? I do not deliver to Yukon. Well, actually, now I take that back. You might be, if you're with your lovely wife now, I guess I could deliver to where you guys live now, uh, where you are now compared to being in Yukon. So I guess I could do that now. I love that. I love that. Oh, man. That being said, I hope everybody has a fantastic day and try to stay dry out there. Um, be good, stay sweet, stay out of trouble. Thank you for watching this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Thank you. See you tomorrow.